Hello. This is a part of a series I'm doing, but just taking some of the comments in my YouTube um, videos. People ask questions, and I said I was going to answer some of these in YouTube videos. So I have two questions here. One of them is about reverse meanings. Do I use them? And um, and the other one is the top 10 most questions asked. So the reverse meanings I've done those videos on my channel here about reverse meanings. But if for people who are just coming into to seeing me here, and if you're kind of new, you probably haven't gone to my old videos in my playlist, and so I'm going to talk about that a little bit again here for you. And so it's always good to go over it. And when I first started reading, the Rider Waite deck didn't come out yet for another year. It was 1969 when I started reading, and I had so you had the Marseille deck, and reverse meanings really with a Marseille deck. You have pip cards, so you have cards like this. So really, reverse meanings on something like this would be kind of hard to spot which way to go, what would be upside down, right side up, and some of them there was absolutely no way of knowing. Here's the ace of coins. There would be no way of knowing that. And they would tell you to, I remember reading somewhere, some book I got on the tarot that said if you want to use reverse meanings, you should actually take a marker and mark the bottom of the card. So you're putting your own bottom and top that way. So you could use reverse meanings. It didn't really take off. People didn't do it. And there's so many different ways you could read the cards. With me, I've never used them, never used reverse meanings. Once in a blue moon, I might have a card thrown over or it's upside down, and I would actually think of it twisted in some way because it's upside down. But that's very rare. So usually with me, if a card's laid upside down, I just simply turn it right side up. I turn it around on the table. All cards face me, the reader. And that's the way I do it. And it worked out fine. And I know successful readers who use reverse meanings, they like them. And I know successful readers that never bothered with them. And they're both, everybody reads fine. There's so many different ways you can be told how to read the cards. I remember seeing books that just talked about just using the major arcana and don't even use the minor arcana in your reading. So, and I know readers that just use the minor arcana. So however you feel like you want to do it. If I was just starting out as a reader, I would tell you hands down, you could read pro without reverse meanings. So if you want to, just learn an approach with the tarot that there is no reverse meanings, and start reading that way. If after you're reading that way for a while, you really feel like, wow, I really want to use reverse meanings, which I doubt, but if you did, then you can learn more and you can learn reverse meanings to go along with what you already know. That would be my suggestion. There's nothing wrong with reverse meanings. It just doesn't work for me. And they're not necessary. That I can tell you. So that choice is yours. And again, I would suggest try it without it. Try it without using reverse meanings. And if a card is turned upside down, just simply switch it, turn it right side up so it's facing you. You're the reader. You want the card facing you. And that's the way I do it. And it's as simple as that. I also don't feel that you'll be lost for words without reverse meanings. It's not like you're cutting the meanings of the cards in half by not using reverse meanings. People were reading tarot cards way before reverse meanings came out. And again, they weren't even really designed for that. So try it without it. Just turn the card so it's facing you and you'll be fine. The other question here, 10 most questions asked. That's kind of 10. It would be kind of difficult, but I'll tell you the ones I think are the most common questions. First of all, most questions that are asked you as a reader, people are coming to you with something that's out of their control. If it was in their control, they would just go do it and wouldn't bother getting a reading. They would just take care of it. So usually it's an issue that's out of their control, which is why love is a big one. You can't force somebody to love you. So it's really out of your control. So if you care about somebody and you're wondering if they feel the same way as you already know that if they don't, there's really not much you're going to be able to do about it. And so you get a reading. So relationship is right at the top. Number one, love, relationship. Is this the person for me? And as a reader, what I like to do is that as a reader, I always ask questions about the question. And so I look for patterns. If somebody says, I want to know if this is the person, my soulmate, are we going to develop something stronger than it is right now? Maybe they just met. And this person's curious as far as where it's going to go. And so I'll ask, well, how often do you see each other? If they've been dating for a while, let's say they've been dating for 2 years, and after 2 years, this person's coming to me, does this person love me? Well, that's a red flag. They should already know that by now. And you will get that. And so you don't want to tell somebody no. You know, maybe they're still seeing each other. Maybe they only see each other once every 2 weeks or something like that. And this person is more distant than the person you're reading would like it to be. So, but they're still asking you, which means they've been very hopeful, maybe even fooling themselves in some way. And the best thing you could do for that person is just if you look for a way to make things where there's a chance that you could make this grow into something more than it already is. I wouldn't tell them, no, this person doesn't love you. And I wouldn't tell them, yeah, I would say there's work that needs to be done. And whatever you feel that work would have to be. And there's different things you could tell them to move things along. or at least put some hope that they can move things along if if they want to pursue this to another level than it already is. If they just met, again, ask them how long you're seeing, how often you see each other. Well, if they're seeing each other twice a week and they've been seeing each other for a month and they're still seeing each other twice a week, this is moving very well. If they're talking to each other on the phone every day, emails, you see certain patterns where you know they're both interested, and let them enjoy that. I don't believe in soulmates. I don't tell that to the person really. I just tell them it says looks like a good match. Things look like they're going along pretty good here. And I would say don't change anything. Just keep on doing what you're doing. But it seems to be working out. Sometimes people will over try. Just be yourself. Be happy to see each other. And don't try to force anything. Looks like it's developing along just nice. But anyway, relationships, that's always the top one. And then there's career. Maybe a job promotion. Am I going to get the promotion? Or should I take this new job offer that I got offered? We've been offered a job and they're looking for a guarantee that the job is going to come work for them. Maybe they've been working at somewhere for 10 years and they're going to leave this place to try another place here that's made them a job offer. Well, what if they don't like it? They can't go back to where they were. They have a secure job now. But looking at the real question here is what you want to do, whether you're talking to the person out loud, looking at the question, or you're just thinking it to yourself. You have to ask, this person is considering another job. This job offers has been offered to them. So they really don't like their present job. If they like their present job, they would say, well, no, I'm not interested in the job. I like where I'm at. So you ask them, you like where you're at? Why would you want to leave there? And if they don't want to stay there, if they say, well, no, I don't like the place I'm at. It's a secure job, but I think I could do somewhere better. Then more than likely, they should take the new job. They don't like the place they're at right now. Again, you want to see what the reading looks like, but asking that question, if a person asks you, or if a person says to you, I'm thinking about taking a new job, I've been offered a new job. Well, if they've been looking for opportunities for it to make a move, and they found one, well, then they're not happy where they're at anyway. Or if somebody tapped them on the shoulder and said, we got a job for you, and they're considering it, they're not happy with it. Opening up a business or starting a business, even if it's a home business, is this going to be successful? Asking what kind of business it is a good idea. If it sounds realistic, sounds feasible, and they're excited about it, they should try it. These are my ideas even before I throw a card, what I'm talking about so far. And even if it doesn't work out, they could always try another one, another business. But obviously, these people want to work for themselves. They want to try to start a business, especially today. It's a lot easier today than it was 20 years ago. So if they want to try this business, I think that's great. If they know somebody who's done this type of business before, that would be good for them to talk to them, so they know what they're in for. Linda's always been very good with readings for opening up a business because she's owned a lot of businesses. And she's owned like 6 different businesses. And so by all means, try it. Health might be an issue. One that people that ask about health. Remember, you're not a doctor. So if it's something like a test result, is my test result, might have a test for cancer or something, is the test result going to come back okay? Well, they're going to find that out in a couple of days anyway. I tell people about health that I can't really give them an answer on that. I could tell you what I'm seeing in some ways, but I can't really give you a yes or no on your condition. And then I would ask them, do you like your doctor? How do you feel about it, the situation? What does your doctor say about it? And then I just try to talk to them like a family member. What would I say to a family member? I'm not going to give any health medical advice. You're putting yourself in jeopardy if you do that anyway. So health is not a good one to go too deep with. As far as top issues, I would say that those 4: relationship, career, job change, health. I would say that those 4 right there. Oh, and business, new business. That's 5. I can't think of another one that would be able to put into a list. So with those 5 there, most of the time you'll have pretty much what you're reading. You'll have other readings, but they're not going to be something that you see a pattern of consistency with. These ones here are ones you're going to see a lot of. You might get a reading about something totally, like stock market or something like that. Sure. But you might ask about past lives. That's one there that people might ask, was I somebody in a past life? You might have stuff like this, but you're not going to get a lot where you're going to see a pattern of that. So I'd say the top 5, not the top 10. I can't think of 10 that I could say are consistent. You have all sorts of issues you'll be reading about. But these are the 5 here that I just mentioned are ones that you're going to find yourself being very, very familiar with. And anything else is just a matter of an issue somebody has. And it'd probably be very unique and very different. So I hope this helps. And reverse meanings, just keep them turned up, right side up for you, the reader. And you got 5 things there that are pretty much common as far as readings you'll be doing: relationship, career, job, health, and new business. Keep health at the bottom of your list. And remember, people are basically coming to you because this is something that's out of their control. They might be stumped on a decision to make. They might be on the fence about something. They might feel stuck in a situation and they don't know what to do about it. That's relationship, usually. Oh, it could be career, though, too. Stuck in a routine they're not happy with. Or they could be going through some big changes with that relationship or career, job. And it's disrupting and disturbing to them. Just ideas. So I hope this helps a lot in some way. I will say one thing about the reverse meanings that I would say your best thing you could focus on if you're a reader, if you're starting out being a reader, is concentrate more on the application of the reading. And I think the real curveball is, people get too focused on these cards, what they mean, and things like how to use them, reverse meanings, and things like that, or what deck to get. Any tarot deck you like is good. They all work. And however you want to read them is going to be fine. But focus on a good application of those cards. Good card spread that has good position meanings that will pretty much answer any question asked with some type of valuable insight. And practice doing that. And I think you're going to be just fine. So I hope this helps. Keep throwing cards. We'll talk soon.